One of the things that I push back on is this idea of being cheap, or that this path is one of deprivation, right? Yes. I don't see it that way. I never felt that I was depriving myself when I took money that I saved and invested it. What I was doing is spending my money on the single most important thing to me, which was my financial freedom. In my mind, and this is not going to be true for everybody, it's not going to be true for everybody who's listening to us, and that's fine. Everybody has their own decisions to make. But for me, there was nothing money could buy that was more important than my financial freedom, than having of what I thought of at the time as FU money, which gave me the freedom to make bolder choices in my life. There was no car, there was no house, there was no wardrobe, there were no fancy vacations that were more important than that. Now, I did some of those other things because I enjoy other parts of my life. But to me, it's no different if you're sitting there saying, should I buy a Chevy or a Cadillac, right? Well, if you buy the Cadillac, you've got a much fancier car, and maybe people will be more impressed with you than if you buy the Chevy. But if you buy the Chevy, you're going to have a car, you're going to have perfectly adequate transportation, and you're going to have a bunch of money left over to do other things with. It's a choice. Depends on what your values are.